Advaita Gadadhar Shivasati Gaura Bhaktarinda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Mukam karate vachalam pangam langayati girim yadkripatamaham vande Shri Gurundanataranam Pramanandamadavam Sri Chaitanyeshwaram. Hare Krishna. Very honored and grateful to be with you today. And there is a problem here. How many of you want, on the order of Praneshwar Prabhu, I am asking, you want me to do pencil? Story of a pencil? Or this is the time for it? Last week we had, 2 weeks ago we had Rath Yatra, Jagannath Swami. And you want to hear Jagannath Swami stories or unleash your potential. Okay, first one, pencil, parable of pencil. Don't worry, I'm not talking about pencil. What are the lessons we can learn from pencil? Presented it to University of Cincinnati last year. Students, how many of you want pencil? Stories we can learn from pencil. Nobody. Okay, let us see, count. 3 topics, huh? Only 1 vote. So raise your hand. Keep your hands up. Parable of the pencil. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah? Thank you. The next one, Jagannath Swami stories. What very wonderful. My favorite also. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. You raised or not? 12. Third one is, what is that? Unleash your potential. You have inner ability. And no, you should not raise. Only 1 note. 3 topics. And third topic is unleash your potential. So you have potential. Many people don't know actually Indians don't know the word unleash. Only Americans know. You have a dog. You will chain your dog. That is called a leash. Best way to put for Indians is unchain your potential. That is the best way. First time 20 years ago I saw, what is that? Java Unleashed. What is that? I did not buy that book. But after so many years I understood what leash means. After living in America for so long, then I understood. So unchain your potential. Now your potential is chained. How to unchain it? How many of you want this third one? 1, 2, 3. You raised your hand before?
I didn't know the topic.
You raised before? No?
I didn't know the third topic. That's why.
Oh, okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Sorry, Jagannath Swami 1. So you all agree Jagannath Swami stories?
Yes.
Actually, no. They have chosen. I am open for 3 topics.
We can read this one.
Huh?
Revote.
There is no re-voting actually. So I can do it next time.
Tomorrow.
Yes, tomorrow is also better. Actually, Jagannath Swami stories are very wonderful. Before, they connected me to the internet. So I'll show you something very interesting about Jagannath Swami. Can you hear?
No.
Wait. Actually, no. Please, there are 8 secrets of Jagannath Puri. It will amaze, at least few will amaze architects. Any architect here? Anyone who did architectural engineering?
My brother loves Legos and
What's that?
My brother over there, he likes Legos, so probably.
So one day in future he'll become an architect. So you should see this then. Okay.
जानते हैं जगन्नाथपुरी के 8 रहस्य। दोस्तों, यहाँ हवा के विपरीत दिशा में लहराता है झंडा। भारत के 4 धामों में से एक है जगन्नाथपुरी। कहते हैं यहाँ बाकी के तीनों धाम जाने के बाद अंत में आना चाहिए। जगन्नाथपुरी जितना खूबसूरत है उतना ही रहस्यमय भी है। आइए जानते हैं इसके बारे में कुछ रहस्य। रहस्य नंबर 1, शिखर पर लगा झंडा। दोस्तों, आमतौर पर मंदिरों के शिखर पर लगा झंडा उसी तरफ उड़ता है जिस दिशा में हवा चलती है, लेकिन जगन्नाथ मंदिर में ये नियम लागू नहीं होता। इस मंदिर के शिखर पर लहराता झंडा हमेशा हवा की विपरीत दिशा में रहता है। आखिर ऐसा क्यों, ये कोई नहीं जान सका है। रहस्य नंबर 2, हवा का रुख है उल्टा। दोस्तों, समुद्र तट पर दिन में हवा जमीन की तरफ आती है और शाम के समय इसके विपरीत।
How many people don't understand Hindi? Children, yeah. Okay, I'll explain. Can somebody explain? My Hindi is not very good, but can I understand Hindi? They showed the flag. No, if the air blows this side, Janda goes this side. But in Jagannathpuri, different. It blows in the Janda flows, the flag flows in the opposite direction. Always. That's what it's telling. Then next thing is, Jagannathpuri is situated on the banks of Bay of Bengal, the seashore. Listen what they're telling.
जानते हैं जगन्नाथपुरी के 8 रहस्य। दोस्तों, यहाँ हवा के विपरीत दिशा में लहराता है झंडा। भारत के 4 धामों में से एक है जगन्नाथपुरी। कहते हैं यहाँ बाकी के तीनों धाम जाने के बाद अंत में आना चाहिए। जगन्नाथपुरी जितना खूबसूरत है उतना ही रहस्यमय भी है। आइए जानते हैं इसके बारे में कुछ रहस्य। रहस्य नंबर 1, शिखर पर लगा झंडा। दोस्तों, आमतौर पर मंदिरों के शिखर पर लगा झंडा उसी तरफ उड़ता है जिस दिशा में हवा चलती है, लेकिन जगन्नाथ मंदिर में ये नियम लागू नहीं होता। इस मंदिर के शिखर पर लहराता झंडा हमेशा हवा की विपरीत दिशा में रहता है। आखिर ऐसा क्यों, ये कोई नहीं जान सका है। रहस्य नंबर 2, हवा का रुख है उल्टा। दोस्तों, समुद्र तट पर दिन में हवा जमीन की तरफ आती है और शाम के समय इसके विपरीत, लेकिन पुरी में हवा दिन में समुद्र की ओर और रात को मंदिर की ओर बहती है। रहस्य नंबर।
So during daytime, in any seashore in India, the air comes towards us from the ocean in the morning. In the evening, the air goes from the shore towards the ocean. You know, that's why many people go to seashore in the evenings, right? Jagannathpuri is opposite. Exactly opposite. During daytime, the air blows towards the ocean. In the night, the air comes out from the ocean towards the temple. That is the third one.
3, चक्र हमेशा दिखता है सीधा। जी हाँ दोस्तों, मंदिर के ऊपर एक सुदर्शन चक्र लगा है, जिसे आप किसी भी दिशा में खड़े होकर देखेंगे तो वो हमेशा सामने ही नजर आता है। नंबर 4।
So, this chakra, nature direction you stand, like this is east, we are seeing east, but you stand at the south, you should see the side, right? But chakra also looks straight with you. And you stand north, chakra looks like east, it is always straight. That is the third miracle. Interesting, right? Fourth one.
So can two people look at the chakra and still it be straight?
Exactly. You stand at east, it looks straight for you, and keep your brother at north, it looks straight with you, right? Understood?
That's confusing.
That's why it is called secret. Understood or not?
But then who told it? Who told the secret?
I mean, if you see
If you
it,
see,
you will
you'll
know,
understand.
But then if you always see it like that, then how do you like how does a person figure that out?
Okay, have a cell phone in your hand, stand at east, and chakra is looking straight, and call your friend who is at the north. You should see only the side angle. But he says, for me also it is straight. Understood or not?
Okay.
Thank you.
जलाता है। नंबर 4, खाना पकाने की प्रक्रिया करती है हैरान। दोस्तों, मंदिर में प्रसाद बनाने के लिए 7 बर्तन एक दूसरे पर रखे जाते हैं और प्रसाद लकड़ी जलाकर पकाया जाता है। इस प्रक्रिया में लेकिन सबसे ऊपर के बर्तन का प्रसाद पहले पकता है। रहस्य नंबर
Actually, this is beautiful. How many have you been to Jagannath? None. 1, 2, 3, 4. Biggest kitchen in the world is Jagannath Puri kitchen. But there is no, even after this much of technological advancement, they don't use gas. They build a chariot with wood. After the chariot festival is over, they dismantle the chariot. Same wood is used to cook food for the rest of the year. And what is the beauty she is explaining? They put 7 pots on the top and they showed like this, right? They put 7 pots, still, the smoke and the wood, how it, I don't know how many of us have experienced. Just smoke filled rooms. They put wood, dismantled from chariot. They put 7 pots and you cook. The first pot that is cooked is the top one. They're all cooked at the same time. It is said Mother Lakshmi comes and cooks every day and they're all cooked equally. Right?
पकाया जाता है। इस प्रक्रिया में लेकिन सबसे ऊपर के बर्तन का प्रसाद पहले पकता है। रहस्य नंबर 5, मंदिर के ऊपर नहीं उड़ता कोई पक्षी। हाँ दोस्तों, हमने ज्यादातर मंदिरों के शिखर पर पक्षी बैठे और उड़ते देखे हैं, लेकिन जगन्नाथ मंदिर की ये बात आपको चौंका देगी कि इसके ऊपर से कोई पक्षी नहीं गुजरता। रहस्य
So, any temple, usually in India, you see the uniqueness of temples is so many birds. They just go and sit on shikhars, the domes. Jagannath Puri temple, you don't see even one bird. All the time, not even one bird, straight.
I think
No?
even the flights don't go over the temple, right?
What is that? No?
The airplanes and the flights also don't go over the...
Usually aeroplanes, they fly 35,000 feet, and so you have no idea whether they fly or not. 35,000 feet is very high.
What significance of that?
Significance is this is very spiritual, and actually the chakra works as a lighthouse. Every day demigods come, devatas come and worship. So they come and worship. For that, it is said, lighthouse, right? Lighthouse means what? So that is my destination. So devatas, they don't come from 1,000 miles. They come from probably 20,000-30,000 miles. So in the fast aeroplanes, so if any bird comes, so it'll block the vision. That's why no birds. Every day devatas come and worship Jagannath Swami. Next.
रहस्य नंबर 6, नहीं सुनाई देती है लहरों की आवाज। सिंह द्वार में प्रवेश करने पर आप सागर की लहरों की आवाज को नहीं सुन सकते, लेकिन कदम भर बाहर आते ही लहरों का संगीत कानों में पड़ने लगता है। रहस्य नंबर
This is the biggest architectural wonder of the world. Jagannath Puri is actually hardly a kilometer. If you really calculate, not from the roads, from the ocean, it is actually at the foot of the ocean. Probably 600 yards, 700 yards. Actually the ocean is also very agitating. It is said people should not take bath. Only take bath outside and come out, because that area is also dangerous if you go deep. But outside you can take bath, no doubt. But the architectural wonder is up to entrance. You can hear the sound of the waves. As soon as you step in, you don't hear. As soon as if you cross the steps, you don't hear the sound of waves. The moment you come out, you hear.
प्रसाद, कभी कम नहीं पड़ता भोजन। जी हाँ दोस्तों, मंदिर में कुछ हजार लोगों से लेकर 20 लाख लोग रोज पूजन करते हैं, फिर भी अन्न की कमी नहीं पड़ती है। हर समय पूरे वर्ष के लिए भंडार भरपूर रहता है। रहस्य नंबर
So they cook same amount of food every day, and you don't find the shortage. Prasad is never short. Yesterday night I was in Main Street. We have like 20-30 people. We always cook for 20 only. It was a little short, 2-3 people, not enough. Then I thought of this. Jagannath Puri Prasad is never short. You know, Prasad is never short.
8 नहीं दिखती गुंबद की छाया। मुख्य गुंबद की छाया किसी भी समय जमीन पर नहीं पड़ती। जी हाँ दोस्तों, ये थे 8 रहस्य जगन्नाथपुरी।
So they have seen that, right? This dome. The top dome, if sun rises in the east, the dome shadow should fall. You can never see the shadow. This is another architectural wonder. You know, what is that? You can never see the shadow of the dome anywhere. If it is extreme east, like morning 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, you should see the shadow. There is no shadow. Or evening 5 o'clock, you should see the shadow of the dome. There is no shadow. How many of you, we don't even know, right? How many of you from Andhra here? Telugu? Not. Yeah, somebody is telling me. He said, are you from Andhra? I'm from Telugu. So how many of us are Telugu? Majority? So throughout my life, I'm from Visakhapatnam, which is only 6 hours from Jagannath Puri, 7 hours maybe. To train. Tirupati 18 hours I would go. Why? Cash. Balaji means money. But I never went to Jagannath Puri. After I joined ISKCON, then I went actually. So Jagannath Puri is not only mystical, very devotional also. Lord Chaitanya, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu lived for 24 years. Jagannath Puri. In that, of course, 3 years he traveled, 21 years. So this Rath Yatra, trust me, there is no advertisement. Nowhere, even one flyer you don't see. How many? Not even one flyer you see. But on that day, there will be minimum 1.2 million to 2 million people. I never saw that many crowds in my life. I went once. How many? 12 lakh people. 12 lakh people you have to see. You have to see or you saw?
Does it become like China?
No, people assemble in one place to witness the chariot
No,
festival.
I mean, like, does it seem like it's China because China is the most populated?
Right, next to that is India, very close. China is like close to 2 billion, 1.8, India is 1.3. Not that much difference anyway. China is big and India is not that much big. So that way India is more densely populated than China. But you don't see that many people come together in one place on one day. Right? And so did I offer prayers? I did offer. So I went. One day before, I met one gentleman. Tomorrow it will rain. I said, really? Do you work for weather.com or what? He said, no, I don't work for weather.com, but see, tomorrow it will rain. So I went there around 5 o'clock in the morning, early morning. Out of, I had a fracture actually. So I gave out some 200 rupees and I sat in a tea stall, little raised platform, very close to this. That time itself there were like 100,000 people. You know, by 9 o'clock it was full. Probably a million people by 9 o'clock. And the sky was clean, like today's sky. You know, today also there were little clouds, but that day clean sky with zero cloud, blue sky. 10 o'clock, blue sky. I was looking everywhere. That guy said it will rain. 12 o'clock, not even one cloud. But it is a rule, without rain, Jagannath Swami chariot will not move. Exactly at 1 o'clock, one cloud came that fit it only this street. I could see the end of both the clouds, edge of, I could see the end edges of both of the cloud. It rained. Then only chariot moved. Then only chariot moved. Otherwise, chariot would not move. And that's it again. After 15 minutes, it's a clean blue sky. And I think it happens every year. Anyway, so my experience, I went to year 2010. I was on vacation. Then I myself carried Jaina Swami in West Virginia, probably 10 years, maybe more than that. Baldev is heavier, 70 kgs. Still I would, not 70, sorry. I cannot tell the weight, but I would carry with difficulty. So I was watching, it's called Pahandi Vijay, Oriental language. They also called Pandu Vijay. So Jaina Swami goes into seclusion for 15 days, sick. They give 15 days before Snanayatra. Jaina Swami becomes they perform Abhishek, bathing. Then Lord Jaina Swami becomes sick. And he goes into the seclusion, which nobody should see him. Then Jaina Swami is treated. Treated means he is given only medicine. Jaina Swami gets cold and fever. And he becomes sick. That time nobody should see him. Then one day before, 15 days, that's when Jaina Swami gets 15 days rest. Maharaj Indradyumna, the oldest temple in India is Jainapuri temple. Most ancient, millions of years. Jainapuri temple competes with Srirangam. Srirangam temple, the deity was given by Lord Ramchandra to Vibhishan. So both will compete, So only someone has to tell which temple is older, because both are from Satyuga. Millions of years. Lord Ramchandra forefathers worshipped Ranganath Swami. Jaina Swami also. Jaina is Krishna, ancient. Anyway, in India, see, I am telling the uniqueness. Believe me, I can speak at least 6-7 hours. I have a presentation on this. The uniqueness of Jainapuri temple. India, how many temples you think are there? Give me a number, throw me a number.
1 million.
1 million means 10 lakh temples. Okay, Lord Shiva temples, Ganesh temples, Durga temples, right? Can you go and touch their feet? You cannot. Even though they are Devata temples, Devi Devata, no one can touch their deities. Nowadays for money they are allowing to touch Shivalinga actually. But in old ancient days you should not even touch Shivalinga. The only deity you can touch is Jagannath Swami. Jagannath Swami you can touch. Even if you don't take bath you can touch. That is the privilege. And higher than that, all these Devi Devatas, you cannot cook and offer it. In America of course you can do it because you build the temple. If you don't, the pujari will not allow, will sack him. But no, traditionally you should not offer actually, if you are not clean. But India, only deity that accepts, even official you can carry it, not like, put it in your pocket and take and offer. Straight, you can cook and offer it to Jagannath Swami. Jagannath Swami has to eat. It is official too. So Maharaj Indradyumna said this. Hinduism is known for caste system. Right? Maharaj Indradyumna requested, without discrimination of caste, creed and sex, my Lord, give darshan to everybody. That's why any Hindu is allowed. And whoever cooks for you, you should eat. You can cook and eat, he'll eat. Third one, my Lord, you should not sleep too much. When devotees come, you should give darshan. Jagannath Swami sleeps only 2 hours, 12 to 2. Only 2 hours. So he is available for darshan all the time. So The stories I'm going to tell, they're all real, they all happened. I love it. You're ready?
Mm-hmm.
These are all happened and they were recorded. Some are part of the history also. Right? So, anyway, I will share you my experience. That time by 9 o'clock, there were like million people. And they bring Jagannath Swami from, Jagannath Swami recovered from sickness. Dr. Alva is one of the famous doctors of Mumbai. You ask any famous doctor in Mumbai, you know Dr. Alva? Oh, Dr. Alva. Dr. Alva is a big donor for Tirupati, so he can go into Tirupati temple anytime. Dr. Alva is a Madhva, so he can go to Udupi anytime. Dr. Alva is also one of the biggest donors of Jagannathpuri temple. He can go to Jagannathpuri temple anytime. So, one day before Rath Yatra, Jagannath Swami is brought, no one is allowed. But that's when, some dignitary comes, governors, they are allowed because Jagannath Swami has recuperated. But before one day, when Jagannath Swami is brought, usually they don't allow because Jagannath Swami is still recuperating. But he is getting ready for Rath Yatra, 2 days Rath Yatra. So Dr. Alva being a very influential, so Dr. Alva said, even though he is actually Madhva, ISKCON is actually offshoot of Madhvites, Madhva Sampradaya. So Dr. Alva said, what happened? Jagannath Swami is very sick. What do you mean very sick? Jagannath Swami is wood only, right? No, this year Jagannath Swami is very sick with fever. So the problem with education is, you develop a lot of faith on your eyes and ears. Yes or no? And you have very little faith. What happens beyond your eyes and mind? Eyes and ears. Said Jagannath Swami is really sick, high fever. Tomorrow he has to come out, but still fever. Dr. Allah said, can I come in? He being one of the biggest donors, they allowed him because they know him. Come. One Panda said, I'll prove you. You yourself can feel it. Allah was also curious. It's just a Jagannath Swami is a wooden carving, right? Dr. Allah was taken inside, you have to cross so many gates. And there, all of a sudden, he was in front of Jagannath Baldev Subhadra. Panda said, this year Jagannath Swami has high fever. But his intellectual brain is not accepting it. So he said, put your hand under the... Now, how do you put your hand for testing fever? Dr. Alva, Panda took his hand and put under Jagannath Swami's neck. Jagannath Swami, body was boiling hot. He was in private. Dr. Alva, as soon as he touched, he went into a state of delirium. And he came running. Doctor, Jagannath is sick, Jagannath is sick, Jagannath is sick. Hello, what happened? You are a very responsible doctor. Not like 20-year-old, 30-year-old. You must be like 60 now. He's not running. Jagannath is sick, Jagannath is sick. Okay, Jagannath is sick. Become cool. Yeah, what happened to me? The touch. So I went, probably, couple of hours before, like tomorrow morning, Rath Yatra, today evening I went. So I know some Panda. Not that time they'll allow if you're influential. I'm not, but ISKCON Panda is there. He knows my Guru Maharaj. So naturally, So I'm from Mumbai, Chowpatty, Brahmachari. This color sometimes it works. Many areas it doesn't work. America it doesn't work. If you stand in security in airport, 100 people in front of you, they don't care. 100 people behind you, they don't care. But you, separate check, terrorist. Very interesting. So anyway, but there it works, some areas of course. So I went inside. So Jagannath Swami still has fever. And he told him, he took my hand and put, believe me, I went inside suddenly. Actually, I took one more family, I told them, you have no idea what you are going to see. They were not prepared. Honestly speaking, I was also not prepared. And all of a sudden, in front of Jagannath, I don't know what happened. That feeling I can never forget in my life. I know, I cannot stand there for more than 1 minute. There are like probably 5,000 policemen. fully, because they have to control what 1.2 million people. Not suddenly, I know how to pray. But like suddenly you're in front of Jaina Swami Baldev Sutra, but I know what to do because I cannot stay more than 1 minute. They will pull me out. Feeling is separate. But he said, touch. He still has fever. He put his hand. He took my hand and put it underneath. I'm thinking, I don't know anything. I had no idea. Only thing, I was in his presence. That's it. Anyway, next day I was sitting and I was watching. In 2009, I went there. I said 2010, yes, 2010. So, first is Baldev. Baldev would come. And these are pandas are like pahalwans. First, another secret she didn't tell. These pandas will never give birth to girls. Whoever is working inside a temple, they don't give birth to baby girls. Only boys are born. These boys are dedicated to Jagannath Swami service. That's it. And every 12 years they change. And one person changes. That year only he dies. That's why usually one old person is chosen. He has to change. And they know that year he will die. He'll go back to Godhead. These are all real. Tell me, I don't know who will come and do the research. So, first Baldev comes. Interesting. Should I continue? Yes. How many of you are liking it? Now the stories are nectar. Then what happens?